Hey everybody, I'm Amber.
And I'm Maddie.
And we're Witches Talking Tarot. And today, we're going to talk about the moon, the lovely lady moon, and the magic that we witches like to do with her. Our first, I'm sure, of many, or at least multiple episodes on the moon, because I'm sure today we're not going to cover everything we can about the lovely lady.
How can you?
I don't possibly know.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, that's why when I pitched the idea of moon magic, I was like, just to start, just a first episode, because I'm sure there's going to be more times to talk about the lovely lady of the moon.
So I know a lot of witches use the moon in their magic, but I'm more of an earth bitch myself. Like I mostly focus on earth-based magic, whereas moon magic, you know what I'm talking about? I mean, I do use the phases of the moon to my advantage. I mean, who doesn't?
Right, yeah, no. And that's the thing about moon magic is, you know, following the cycles of the moon.
Right.
You can do it for planting.
Right.
I'm doing it for cutting my hair.
My grandmother, she says never cut your hair when the moon is shrinking because it'll make it grow not as
shorter.
fast.
Yeah, or not shorter.
Slower.
It'll grow shorter. Your hair will shrink. That is not what I meant.
It'll grow slower.
Yes, that is what I was trying to say, but instead I said shorter. So I've seen many different things about like cutting your hair, right? So most people say cut your hair with the new moon because bringing in new things and all that, right? But I read, when I was trying to decide if I was going to cut my hair with the new moon or with the full moon, I read this one thing about cutting your hair with the full moon because it brings growth to your intentions. It helps grow what you're wanting to grow.
I never would have seen it that
And ever
way.
since our Magic in the Mundane episode, where I think it was Magic in the Mundane, where we talked about braiding intentions to hair, I started doing that on a regular basis, and usually there's like 2 or 3 of them hidden up in there. But I was tired today, so I just did the one because it keeps me from constantly doing this.
Oh, yeah.
So it's twofold. And I'm practicing French braiding because I've been doing French braiding with it. But I've been braiding intentions into my hair, so I'm like, I want to cut my hair with the full moon to get that growth with my intentions that I've been braiding into my hair. But like, not just the but there's more that you can do with lunar cycles than just planting and cutting hair. Harvesting herbs, you can go by moon cycles as well. Actually, like many magical books will tell you to follow moon cycles. I maybe do that sometimes. If I think to look it up, maybe do that.
Well, as a busy witch with a toddler, sometimes it's hard to keep track of the moons and the moon cycle. I do know when the new moon is, and I know when the full moon is, and those are kind of the basis, especially if you're just starting out with witchcraft and getting to work with lunar magic. But then you can go into more in depth with like the waxing
and the waning. Like,
you know,
not to be gross, and I'm not going to go into details, so I'm just going to tell you can Google this, but your menses lining up with the waxing moon, the waning moon, the full moon, and the new moon means specific things. So you can totally Google that shit and see like what it is that the universe and your body are in tune on or working on, because the moon, I mean, it pulls us, right?
Right.
It's up there. It's what makes the waves do the thing, and from what we can tell, it's what makes our bodies do the wave thing too.
So since we're talking about menstrual cycles, I have to tell you this. I just saw this yesterday. TMI, it's going to be weird. It was on Witch Talk.
No, you're fine.
Okay, like
you said my husband. You said, speaking of menstrual cycles, my husband, and I was like,
oh no,
does not have one, right?
No, he does not. He does not. He is a biological
male.
Menstrual
cycles. They have menstruals.
We were watching TikToks on my Facebook, and it was supposed to be TikTok cringe, and he was like, "Ew, that's disgusting." I was like, "I don't know." It was about this girl, whose menstrual cycle linked up with the full moon, so she went outside and was dancing under the full moon, whilst bleeding in a dress.
Okay, in my yard,
Right, that's what I said.
In my yard.
And she squatted and was like, and now I'm blessing the earth with
you know how ancient that practice is?
I know!
You know that book that I'm reading, The Sacred Mushroom and the Cross?
Right.
I learned while reading that book that, like, women on their menstrual cycle used to walk through the fields with their skirts raised up so that their yoni was pointing all its energy and the menstrual, and the menses is falling in the fields, and it was to keep the pests away so that they'd have healthy.
Well, I imagine it's great for fertilization.
Yeah, it is great. But like they were the poontang is so powerful in ancient times that we could make good crops happen and keep the pests from eating the crops. That's how powerful the poo nanny is. So that girl was practicing some old ass magic. She really was.
Well, and she squatted and she was moving her hips in a
I kind of fucking love her.
Thank you. And she was like moving it in a circle. She's like, remember to do it in a spiral, like the symbol of the God. That's what I said, and my husband was like, "No, Maddie, please, for the love of God, don't become that person." And I'm like,
if I had a privacy fence right on that end right there,
I know it doesn't sound
100%. I'd do it.
It doesn't sound like that. It sounds very powerful.
Yeah.
Or if you're doing it for protection on your land, I could see that. Feminine protection, feminine energy.
My neighbors better never pay attention to me walking around my yard late at night in a dress.
They're like,
don't look.
What is she
Mind your own business.
Oh my God, do we
I'll
need
just
to
wear
call
a black dress.
Are you bleeding?
Oh, this skirt is perfect. Oh my God, this outfit is perfect. I just walk around barefoot so I don't mess my shoes up.
And we definitely, oh my God, can you imagine stepping inside and there's like a fucking footprint? Oh my God.
I'll go wash up out back. It's fine.
So
I will respect my homestead and the people who live on my property.
There's just one male that lives here.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine.
So we had no intention of talking about menstrual magic.
Yeah, no.
But it makes sense to go with the moon.
It does. I mean, like 100%.
Like it definitely goes with moon magic. Menstruation, moon magic.
Right.
Both start with an M.
Well, plus like one of the ancient words for moon equates to the word menses, which means month, but that's what our period's called. It's menses.
Absolutely. Well, they used to
get
call
it monthly.
Like
it's by the moon.
Your monthly blood.
Yeah,
that's what they called it, or like your blood.
Aunt Flo. Oh, sorry. That joke escaped my understanding as a child.
I hear it and I think the progressive
chick.
Yeah, I love Flo.
And she is an aunt now, which is weird.
I know! That is so fucking funny. I didn't even put that together until you said something, because she has
put it together until you said it, you thought of her, and I'm like, shit, she's an aunt now. She is, because they have that commercial where the baby. And it's like, just talk to me about insurance. Slams the door in her face with the kid.
They had to have done that shit on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Probably. That's fucking hilarious. I didn't even. She's Aunt Flo.
She's funny.
But like, I never got the Aunt Flo came to town jokes on TV references until I was like over the age of 10.
Really?
Yes.
Well, Flo to me sounds like a fish name. Is that weird?
No, I get it, because Flo.
That's right. So when I hear Aunt Flo, I think of like Shark Tales with Will Smith. Yeah. I don't know why.
I was not the biggest fan of Shark Tale. I've seen it a bunch. I just wasn't the biggest fan.
The fish looks like fucking Will Smith.
Yeah,
I mean, it's crazy how much that fish looks like him.
It's weird. Yeah, I love it, but it's bizarre.
So, I guess you could collect your menses on the full moon too.
I mean, you could. There's lots of different menstrual magics that go along with moon magic. Like, I'm sorry, guys, this was not the point of the episode.
No, we just went there.
But they go hand in hand. I was just saying, like, you could Google it, but like, it really does go hand in hand, and there's a lot that goes into it.
There is.
Like, I mean, it's connected to the moon. Like, quite often, during my flow, I see what phase the moon is in to understand how that matters to me.
I thought you were gonna say that you looked and tried to see divination, like.
Have not.
I wonder if that's a thing, but that's what I thought you were going with.
Candle magic, you drip the wax and you
I'm like, is that a thing? Who knows?
I don't know. I'm not going to go further. So anyways.
Well, and moon magic is also closely allied with water magic as well.
Yes, because the moon and
water. The moon controls the tides.
Yep.
And like, I don't know. I saw a post on Facebook. It was a meme. Maybe it's not scientifically accurate, so don't at me, please. I'm doing a disclaimer. But it was like, the moon controls the tides. The moon controls water on Earth.
Legit does.
And we're
Legit
72% water.
Exactly!
And you're telling the moon
it doesn't affect me? Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. I don't know if there's a scientific thing.
That is why I love full moon rituals. Like, do you remember the powerful ass ritual we did on
Oh yeah,
full
we
moon?
need to do another one.
Oh fuck yeah.
Oh, and my backyard was beautiful.
Yeah. And that same full moon, I did another full moon ritual where there was fire and we danced under the full moon, and like it was some wild pagan shit.
Well,
and if I was in my backyard where 2/3 of the fence line is privacy, I might have been skyclad doing that shit.
Well, and unfortunately, my backyard is freshly mowed, so if we wanted to do something like that, like, we totally can, because I really want to anyway. It's a beautiful, beautiful backyard, powerful backyard.
It is.
It was a great
full moon rituals are great, and you can do them for all sorts of things, but there's also specific things that a full moon would be good for in a ritual,
right?
Just like a new moon would be good for certain things in a ritual, all of which you can find out as you're looking into your specific intentions if you want to use the power from the moon. Because a lot of the thing about moon magic, whether you're doing rituals with it or whatever, it's you're drawing upon the power from the moon, right?
Well,
and it goes with all sorts of different things that you want, whether it's planting and having prosperous crops, whether it's love magic. I don't promote love magic, but I'm not going to hate for anybody who practices.
Well, and everybody always talks about and focuses on the full moon. That's very, I don't want to use the word stereotypical, but it is when you think moon magic. And to be honest, I think I do my best magic, and I connect the most with moon magic on the new moon. But I'm also a follower of Hecate, and the dark moon is her sacred time, so maybe that has something to do with it. But I think I connect more with the new moon, which is setting new intentions for the coming cycle, as well as removing something from your life, just,
out with the old and with the new.
And the full moon can be used for almost anything, I think, and it just enhances power in general. But it has specifics.
Yeah, it does have specifics. Growth is one of them because the moon is at her fullest, right? She's growing,
right?
Which is why,
fertility as well. Because she's full.
She's full
or pregnant.
Yeah. And there's more things too. Like, I'm not gonna lie and say there's not. These are the things I've done at full moon rituals. Well, granted, the first full moon ritual I ever went to,
I'm looking at your shirt.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, I'm not looking at your boobs. I'm looking at your shirt.
That's fine. I was like, okay, because we did Coven for the last episode. Check out last episode. I was like, all I could think of was that scene where Fiona's like, wear something black. So I was like, I gotta wear black today, even though
black.
I know. I almost was like, should I message Maddie? And then I was like, that's rude of me to tell her what to wear.
No,
but we did.
But
wear black. But I was like, I'm gonna wear black. Okay, what can I wear that's black? And then I was like, oh, I have my little moon phase shirt. I'll wear it because it's black. So it goes for Coven, and it's moons. So it goes for. And then you've got your little handprints that look like moons.
Right, yeah.
Little growing thing.
And you know what? One of my only shirts that fits me. So.
Oh. Well, it looks good. I didn't think that. I just thought you wore it because it worked for,
it does.
The moon. Yeah, it totally does.
But for the moon, what was I going to say?
I don't know, you were looking at
the sign, the witch's sign, the triple goddess moon.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I love that. First of all, Amber has a bunch of them.
Oh my God, yes. And there's going to be more. It's a whole series. I love doing triple moons.
And something that Amber and I both do is we get together on the new moon and the full moon, and we'll do live tarot readings on our Facebook pages. Yes. Peace, Love, and Tea Leaves, and Amber is the color.
Yep.
And those are really fun to do.
They are. I'm really excited about it. I thought that's what you were going to say like a couple minutes ago when you said like, when the full moon is and the new moon. And I was going to be like, yeah, because that's when we do our tarot lives. And then we went somewhere else with it. I was like, that's fine. I don't have to plug those.
Well, I was going to talk about like
they are so much fun. Yeah.
Should we drop that now, or did I just ruin it?
Yeah, no, not yet. If you want to know more about it, you're going to have to be a patron and see that behind the scenes content. It's not ready for public consumption yet. Not ready yet. We're getting there, guys. We got some stuff coming.
We're definitely getting
First
there.
for our
Maddie has a
patrons.
big mouth.
Yeah.
I hope I don't accidentally say something, but like I'm very excited.
Yeah, but like this podcast came from the new moon and the full moon readings that we do on Peace, Love, and Tea Leaves, and Amber is the color.
Yeah. It did. People suggested, hey, you guys should get a podcast, so we did.
Yeah, and I mean, like the new moon and the full moon are great for divination, not just like, you know, and of course, like under the full moon, lots of people use it for cleansing. Lots of people use it for charging their magical tools.
Protection is great. Charging the magical tools, like you said, crystals, charging water.
Oh,
again,
absolutely.
water.
Water, yes, because the moon and water are so connected. And as far as the moon goes, there's Selene, right? She's
That's who I always call, even though I think
too.
it's Roman. That is Roman, but I use the word Selene. Because I'm pretty sure it's Artemis for Greek.
I think the word Selene, if I remember correctly what I read earlier, is Greek, and it translates specifically to the word moon.
Is it Greek? It's one of the two.
Artemis is the goddess
of something.
She is the goddess that the moon is sometimes called Cynthia, which Artemis is sometimes called Cynthia because she was born in something Cynthus.
I believe it because
Mount Cynthus? That sounds about right. Probably Mount. Mount sounds
she is
about
Greek.
Right.
You're right. She's the daughter of the Titans.
Okay.
So it is Greek. I wonder what her Roman counterpart is. I wonder
if that's Luna. I believe.
Oh shit! It is Luna.
Okay. Yeah.
It is. It is.
Yeah. And Luna and Selene are pretty much like Those are
They're
my
the
favorite.
Same. I love the name Luna.
Okay,
so for some reason
Luna
I thought
Lovegood.
For some reason
Right?
I thought Luna
Did I say
was
the right
Greek
name?
and Selene. Yes, you did.
Okay.
I thought Luna was Greek and I thought Selene was Roman. So that makes a lot more sense.
Yep. And I believe what I read said Selene translated directly to the word moon in Greek. Like, I believe that is what I read earlier. And Luna is the Roman word for moon?
Yes.
I think. Okay.
Yes.
And that's why we use lunar phases.
Right.
In our language, but we use Selene we use Selene also when talking about the moon in other ways.
Huh.
I don't know. I read it.
Well, what I
earlier
love is that Selene and Luna are both personifications of life's constant changes.
Which makes perfect
it does.
sense because the moon.
Well, I was going to say the fluidity of the moon, which makes sense because
water.
Yeah, it all just is a thing.
It does. It makes so much sense. It works together as a whole. I don't know. I'm big on the moon.
So,
I know that's a typical witch thing, and I'm typical.
Some people, and maybe it's you. I think you said that you do this. I'm not particularly one to do this. Again, when I ground, I prefer to do it with roots in the earth, but some people will do the opposite of ground and instead draw the energy down from the moon. Or what you could do is make a giant spear and draw the energy from the moon down into you where it meets midway at your, what is this, something chakra?
Your sacral chakra.
Sacral chakra, and then while you're drawing that down into that chakra, you're drawing up into the root chakra, and they meet, and both of those energies connect, and you've got the one coming here and the one going out.
I like that. And you're like this conduit just between the two, absorbing what you can.
Yes.
But
you don't want to absorb too much, right? But that's where that releasing that energy comes.
Right, and that's where being a conduit, so the energy is flowing through you, and just little wisps are coming off on you, like you would with, water, right? Water runs over you, and some of it kind of stays, but
and I know that some people who ground, they don't realize, hey, you've got to release the energy, because you can get sick from losing energy, and you can get sick from getting too much energy. I think when you're sick with too much energy, if I remember correctly, it's more like a jittery, anxious feeling, whereas if you're losing energy, it's kind of like a lethargic, kind of just feeling. You know what I mean? So
I do.
That's where that balance comes into play.
It really does. And it's funny that you bring that up, because I had recently read something about because when I don't know if I've ever told you, but if I try to take a nap during the day, if I don't get good sleep during that nap, I'll get up and I'll have like this weird jittery, like there's this energy field, like just kind of all through me like this. Those of you who can't see what I'm doing, I'm like moving my hands in this erratic manner, and it's like this real staticky feeling inside of me, not outside of me, inside of me. And I had read something like, if you get too much of a download, like it results in that feeling. And it's like, so do you take downloads sometimes when you take a nap? And maybe like, you know, that's why you sometimes wake up having that weird jittery feeling because you didn't get enough or you got too much.
I think so. I think that you get downloads in your sleep. I think dreams also. Yeah. Which, you know, brings me to, some people have funky dreams on the full moon. Oh, some people have funky dreams on the new moon. Yeah. You know, it kind of just depends. And also the new moon, for me, I don't know how true this is, the full moon, it's like, not like Samhain in the sense that the veil is like at its thinnest, but the veil is definitely thin.
Things go on, yeah. Yes. The new moon, or the full moon, has that kind of similar feeling in the atmosphere,
but less intense.
Right.
Yes.
But at the same time, like my husband, he goes to judo and jiu-jitsu with a lot of individuals that work in the local hospitals here in Joplin.
Yes.
And they dread the full moon. They tell him, like, the ones especially that work the ER.
Absolutely.
They know like, the moon cycles. Like, they ain't fucking witches, but they know when the full moon's coming.
Teachers are one of them because the students acted damn full. Oh my God, my cats.
I mean, I won't lie. Last full moon, I took on some kinds of energy. Corey was cool with it. I was hot and bothered for like 4 straight days. Like, it was weird, and I fully blame the full moon and the eclipse because our last full moon we had was an eclipse.
Oh, right.
Yeah, which eclipses are like powerful in and of themselves. I don't remember exactly what they scientifically are, but it's like, you know, shadows and planets coming into each other's alignment, and you know that has to affect us. You have to feel that shit.
Well, I mean, you get into lunar energy, or lunar magic and lunar energy, and that branches off into astrology, which I don't know jack shit about. I know I'm a Capricorn. I know the Capricorn traits. That's it. You know, truth be told, I don't even know what the fuck Mercury in retrograde means. I just know it ain't good.
It's bad for communication. So your Mercury...
Right, and your phones and electronics and shit like that.
Right, yeah, and technology. Yeah. So Mercury is communication. It's the way you communicate.
Right,
that's what Mercury
that's the only one I know. Because some people say, like, Venus is in retrograde.
Venus controls your love life.
Yeah, so that would be shitty, like... Relationship issues. Yeah, okay.
And so I don't know when it's Scorpio, blah blah blah. I guess that's Pluto. And what does Pluto? I don't know off the top of my head, like, because they say Scorpio's in retrograde sometimes, or when
what
Scorpio
does that mean?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. And maybe they don't know what they're talking about.
I'm a bad witch because I'm like, what? It's Gemini season. So, what does that mean?
Well, I mean, Gemini season itself means that's when they're being born, but like the retrograde specifically, I believe, don't quote me, and if I am wrong, please feel free to correct me. But you don't need to make me feel stupid. I do that plenty on my own. But I believe retrograde means because of the way the planets are in alignment, the way that planet normally reacts in your life, it's reacting the opposite. I believe that's the way like because of the way the energies are moving, because of how the planets are aligned
and
at
this
that
is for
time.
What?
For retrograde.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I think that's accurate. I just don't mean the definition. I don't know the definition.
How it affects you. Right.
Exactly.
So, like, for sure, Mercury has to do with communication and technology and relationships from a communication standpoint alone. Right. Venus has to do with, like, love, emotions, communication.
And I feel like those are the easiest ones to remember.
Yes, absolutely.
Venus, Aphrodite.
Right.
What the fuck is Mars?
So your Mars is the way that you... Mercury is the way you communicate. Mars is like your anger, your passion.
Oh, I could see that because it's the red planet. Also, there's like Jupiter rising, which is like every 23 years. What the fuck is that? I don't know.
Okay, so like it's
it's
the age of Aquarius. I'm not that good of a witch. I don't understand it.
Well, it's not that you're not that good of a witch. It's just that's not
astrology. Just doesn't. Yeah, like
whereas
I know
I think
a little
you said
bit
for your
Roz,
daughter. It's like
that
boom.
girl can tell you your top 3 upon meeting you. Like, she can be like, this is your sun sign, this is probably your moon sign, and this is probably your rising sign. And most of the time, she's fucking right. And she can read a birth chart and explain it to you and understand what all those retrogrades mean and how they affect your life and shit. I have to read up on it, and I'm learning a bit by bit.
But it's not like your calling.
It is not.
I feel like with my calling being like earth magic and kitchen witchery, which connect very well together because you're using herbs and kitchen witchery.
Oh, absolutely.
As opposed to having my head in the stars and not an offensive way. But I'm sure you get what I mean. I'm more grounded, more on this earth. Whereas people who work with astrology and not necessarily the moon, because almost all witches work with the moon.
In
but
some way,
still,
shape, or form, mostly. And if you don't work with the moon,
do you work with the sun? I'm curious because I do
work with the sun. I love making sun charged water. It makes me happy.
Tea. I love sun tea.
Yes, I do.
Well, and what I like about working with the sun is when I close my eyes and I think sun energy, I see a fucking lion. First of all, obviously, because it's got like the
it's got a mane
and the hair. So when I think sun versus moon, sun is strength. Sun is that masculine energy. It's pride in a good way. It's, having that self-confidence. And whereas the moon is more deep. It's more intuition versus physical strength.
I love that we went here. So for me, the sun is healing energy. Like,
really?
Oh, yes. I like to go out in the sun and just soak it in. And I'm just like, feed me your healing rays. Yeah.
Because
and I see
for
it
the
from
moon,
the strength.
It's more calming healing. And then with the sun, it's more like passionate healing. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Right. Like active healing.
Yes.
Like
active
physical healing. Emotional healing.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, like a yin and a yang type of thing, right? And so like for me, the sun is like, it's warmth and it's healing and it's like, it's the light of life. It literally.
We have to have it.
Literally, yes. We have to have
both.
We do
totally different reasons.
Exactly. And so for me, the moon, it's like, it's the mirror. It's the illusionary side of life. So I once read this book that talked about the Fey world and how the moon was pulled, like the reason that we have no moon some nights is because those nights the moon has been pulled into the Fey world. And it's from the Terry Goodkind books. It's like a story within a story. It's actually really cool because it's a story within a story that actually explains something about the world.
What if it disappears into a multiverse?
Well, that would be cool, but and it does. No, but I mean that's what it is. It's so like it's the Fey world and the real world, and they exist next to each other. Because Terry Goodkind, man. Oh, I love this. So it's a story within a story, and it's the story of Jax, and he loves the moon. It's a little boy, and like he's like the unluckiest boy in the world, and he loves the moon. And so like he meets this tinker one day. And for those of you who don't know what a tinker is, it's the guy who used to push around the buggy that had everything on it and he'd trade for things and whatever back in the old days. So the tinker comes along and he sees Jax looking so forlorn and, the tinker's about ready to sell anybody anything. And so he's like, why are you so sad? And Jax is like, there's nothing in this whole wide world that I want. I just want the moon, And the tinker's like, I'm sure I have something in here that will make you happy.
Wait,
and if I don't,
the moon?
Eventually, he does catch the moon.
I thought
he does. He catches her and he pulls her into the Fey world, I think.
Oh, is that?
I'm pretty sure he's in the Fey world, which is why he's able to, go up to the highest mountain and build this house that has a window where the moon could come visit him, and he loves her, and eventually I think he essentially tricks her into putting herself in a box for him, maybe? I don't know. It's a very good story. I love stories within a story, for one. They kind of make me happy. But also I love the story of Jax and the moon. And I love the idea that when our sky is dark because we have no moon, it's because the Fey world is having their full moon.
I like that.
And just like when it's, I think is waning is when it's getting smaller.
Yes.
Yeah. So like as the moon wanes in our world, it waxes in their world.
That's really
and
pretty.
and I love thinking of the moon in that way. And I can't remember why. You said something that made me think of that, and I don't know.
I can't remember.
Yeah, but anyway, I get very mirror vibes from the moon, like Alice in through the Looking Glass, where she can go through the mirror, like that is the feeling of the moon that I get. It's a fluid energy, water,
Well, and then like with the moon, you've got feminine energy, very feminine,
masculine
with the sun, and I think that's why I like yin and yangs with the sun and the moon as
I do like balance.
Also, I went to this Mexican food restaurant, El Charro, and they have an amazing, they have a fucking amazing mural. That's what it's called, right? Painting, and it's on their wall, and it's of the moon and the sun barely meeting each other and kissing.
Oh.
And then it continues on with little pieces of the moon, and they can only be together.
Yeah. I love those stories. That's why I'm so excited to do my Celine and Soul painting. But they're going to be completely away from each other, so I like the passing close together.
I love it.
That's
I
beautiful.
do, because I love the
and I mean, there's a lot of mythology like that.
Well, because you got the god and goddess, the moon, the god being the sun, which is where that masculine energy, and then the goddess being the moon. So I could totally see them hooking up.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, there's a lot of stories. I don't know.
I mean, I guess Apollo and Artemis are. I mean, they're not god and.
Oh wait.
I was gonna say Apollo and Artemis, but even though Artemis is not technically of the moon, they're twins instead of, But again, it's Greek, so Artemis is gay. So never mind. Okay, they're both gay. I can't kind of
there's so many ways I'm not down with Apollo and Artemis, but I was like,
wait, they're twins.
I was like,
Apollo's pretty feminine. I'm just kidding. I know that you don't necessarily.
But he is feminine. He is, and she is very masculine and lesbian, and that's great. But I'm just like, they would hate that so much. But I think that's why they're twins and opposites, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because he's as feminine as you can be and still be masculine and hunky.
Right,
and she's as masculine as you can be and still be this gorgeous goddess.
Right. She's huntress. I love it. I actually do.
God,
I say it that way.
I do. My dad has an Artemis bust that I grew up dusting. I love it. I do. I have loved that thing since I was a kid. I love it. I don't know why. I love Artemis. And when I found out she was connected with the moon, I was like,
oh yeah, I mean, it does, because she's all about strong feminine power.
I know.
And I saw the funniest meme that was Artemis, what are you the goddess of? And she's like, virginity. And she's laying on a beach surrounded by the women.
Yes. But see, for me, Artemis is I wanted to be the first chick on the football team. I wanted to be the first chick on the wrestling team. I was none of these things because I grew boobs and I could no longer take a hit.
Yeah.
That sucked.
That does suck.
It does, because I was good at football. My brother let me play with him and his friends. That I was good. Brothers don't let their little sisters play if they're not good. Even if mom makes you take her out, you make her sit there and just shut the fuck up. Right? Because my brother was not above that kind of behavior. I was actually good at football. He and his friends used to say, I could be the first girl on the football team when I got to high school. And I was like, I want that. No,
the boobs do.
The boobs.
Well, that's why the Amazons cut them bitches off.
Oh!
Did you not know that? No! Oh, well, they did. Because they were in the way. I mean, I'm sure not all of them did, because, you have to breastfeed your...
Right, oh my God.
Some of them, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I am sorry. You know what? Should I say to the people who aren't watching to help get YouTube views?
Oh, sure.
Dude, Maddie just made me grab my own tits. My tits are so sad.
Well, think about it. You're swinging a sword.
I get it.
Look how big.
Look, when my mom's best friend's husband was teaching me how to play the guitar he had just given me, he was really drunk. And finally he goes, dude, you can't play the guitar. Your boobs are too big. They're in the way. Because back then I had double Ds. because I was bigger. And
My
he was
boobs
just like, your boobs are in the way. You can't. Because he was like, hold it this way. But like, I'm trying to hold the guitar the way he's saying, and I got short little ass arms.
He can't show you because he doesn't have boobs.
Maybe.
So he doesn't know how.
Or he was so drunk. Because like, I'd known him my whole life. He wasn't trying to be a dick.
Right.
But at the same time, he was like, he just got frustrated. He's like, I can't teach you. Your boobs are in the way. And, like, maybe if I'd been an adult who wasn't his wife's best friend's daughter, maybe he'd have been like, here, let me show you how. But he doesn't know how.
Oh, my God.
Know what I mean? Yeah, like, he's just like...
Just one on each side.
Yeah. I don't know. But either way, they do get in the way, and I do understand that. But, God,
I know. But we should...
They hurt.
We should do a whole episode on Amazon sometime.
Yes, we should. I love that.
I'm pretty sure I had read that they cut
I'm going to be talking about Futurama.
Some of them cut their noses off as well.
Despite their face?
No.
Probably because they get in the way, but
no,
so
not
they don't get
they,
broken?
So they're not attractive to men.
Okay, that made sense.
Yeah.
Too.
I mean, unless I'm wrong and that was a different tribe, but I'm pretty sure that's the Amazon
Well, then
tribe.
that would be exactly where that saying came from. Cut off your nose to spite your face. If you cut your own nose off, now your face looks like shit. That's
right. So I'm pretty sure or they used to like cut their faces. So they would have scars or some shit. It was crazy.
Fuck yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, it was nuts.
I used to be like, I'm a lesbian, stay away from me. I did not know that was a calling to men, though. I really thought that it was like a stay away. No, it's not. If you
they're like, a challenge, and that's a real
or they're
problem.
like, can I watch?
Oh
no.
My God!
I got like. Dude, I was really trashed at a party one night.
Don't be that guy in 2022.
And don't be me in this story. But I was really trashed at a party one night, and it was during the time that I was not dating men, and I was like, I'm a lesbian, stay the fuck away from me. And it was my gay friend, and we were at his friend's place, and it was a party, and like, so... It was a mix of heterosexual and non-heterosexual individuals. But all the heterosexual males already knew that I was a lesbian and I was not available. And they were always making sexual innuendo. And I was like, okay, not interested in the D, not interested in yours, for sure. Like, even if I wasn't only going after chicks right now, like, you
Artemis.
are not enticing me. Yeah.
Like an Office episode of Greek gods. Yes. Like, I can just see some dumbass, like, or maybe it's Thor or someone from the Odins, because they, like, connect or something. Right. And he's like, hey, baby, how you doing? And she's like, no.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I do, 100%. I feel that Artemis energy. And I was trying to give it off, the no. But teenage boys are stupid, so they hear lesbian and they're like, ooh, threesome. That is not what that means.
No, it's not.
It's not. But I was hitting the pipe one night and it was really fucked up. And like, I hit it wrong and I made myself puke. And this motherfucker goes, I'd let her suck my dick if she wouldn't puke on it. And I was like, I'm a fucking lesbian. I would not suck your dick.
Oh my God, that is so
such a dick move.
Okay, well, I'm calling the police. It's 2022. That is fucking sexual assault.
This was like 1998. I think unfortunately he was safe.
Help! This guy's being fucking rude.
He was being rude. They all were. I was just like, I really thought it would just make, because I hung out with a lot of guys, so I was like, if I say I'm only dating chicks now, because I really was anyway, they'll leave me alone.
No, they won't.
Mm-mm. And then my girlfriend was crazy and tried to bury me under a bus, so, yup. That was fun time.
So that was Amber's little,
but my Artemis trip.
Little Artemis, Diana.
That was my Diana days.
I love that. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Diana days.
My Diana
days. Put that on a fucking shirt with your LGBTQ
Oh my
thing.
God!
And say, I'm currently going through my Diana days.
I think I have to.
That's funny.
I
love
see how much shirts cost. That's a good one. I love that. Yeah, my Diana days. Which makes me think, I know you haven't seen 4 Rooms, but there's this part in the movie where this coven of witches, like Four Rooms is a Quentin Tarantino movie where it's a bellboy and the hotel that he works at, and like it's New Year's Eve and he's like the only guy on staff or something, so obviously his night sucks balls, right? Because it's like New York City. And so it just like, it's little vignettes of the crazy ass rooms that he has to deal with. Like Antonio Banderas is in it.
I love Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
Especially 90s, early 2000s Antonio Banderas.
And his comedy is good. He's good in this, and it's funny. Because, like,
I love his
vignette. Oh, yeah. His vignette is he and his wife have to go to, like, this New Year's party, and so he wants the bellhop to babysit his fucking brat-ass little kids.
That's not how that works,
I know! And so, like, they set the room on fire. One of them finds, like, a needle under the mattress.
He's like, what's this?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's fucked up. But, so, the reason I bring up the movie Four Rooms is Madonna and the redheaded girl from Urban Legends that we once cast as a Valkyrie, and Ione Skye, who looks like Fairuza Balk, but is not Fairuza Balk. She's like the nice version of Fairuza Balk, I guess, would be a good way to put it. If you've ever seen the John Cusack movie where he's holding up the boombox, I can't say anything. Ione Skye she's the girl in that movie. Okay. So, and there's a couple other females that I cannot think of off the top of my head, but they're all a coven of witches that are in this hotel room to summon the goddess Diana for like this lesbian love fest.
It sounds great.
It is.
Sounds hilarious.
Because she like comes bubbling up out of the hot tub, and like the redheaded chick whose name I can't remember, but we cast her as a Valkyrie in one of our, I think in the Thor Wears a Dress episode, but I'm not sure. She's got like black tape over her nipples and is otherwise topless. And Madonna's her mom. Like, they're there together, and like part of,
It's a cult.
It is. It's a Diana cult. It's a lesbian cult. It is great because, like, when they summon her, like, one of the things they have to pour in is, like, the semen from a dude, and that's Tim Roth, the bellboy.
Oh my
like,
god, that poor fucking bellboy.
It's hilarious. It's such a good movie.
It sounds so funny.
It is. It's one of my favorite Tarantino movies. I will watch Four Rooms pretty much anytime it's on, because
that sounds funny.
Each one of the little vignettes is great, and I love the Diana thing. I love it.
That is so funny.
Because like she's their goddess. Oh, that's right. She was like a 50s pinup girl that like did like BDSM stuff like back in the 50s or something.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's fucking great. You should watch it.
And
I don't know where, but you should.
The moon connects a lot with different lores and different mythology stories. We've got the famous werewolf, which I don't believe we've done an episode of.
We haven't. We're getting there. Yes, absolutely.
We're like making
We're building up. Yeah.
Right, because I mean,
I didn't want to do it too close to the vampires, right? Like just like we wanted to spread the vampires out from the aliens.
One of our top listened to episodes, which is crazy. Yeah. I'm not surprised because I love vampires. And apparently, so does everybody else.
Well, yeah. We love vampires.
But werewolf.
It's the name of the episode.
We've got werewolves, and I guess the Fae. We had talked about
absolutely
the Fae,
being connected to the moon. Absolutely. Much like, just like they're connected to the veil, and like you mentioned, like especially with the full moon, you get that very much veil energy, even though it's not the same, right? But it's still like very strong.
Well, and I'm trying to think, I feel like there's quite a bit of tales where like creatures come out on the full moon. Like, is the swamp monster one of them? There's a new swamp monster movie coming out. I can't wait to fucking see it.
I like swamp monster movies.
Like, this girl her husband either died or they're getting a divorce, and she goes and stays at their like house near the lake, which is also kind of like a swamp, and her son keeps getting visited by this monster, and there's like wet footprints. It's like a grown-up horror movie.
I'm excited for that.
She like looks out the window, and this fucking monster's dragging her son into the water. Like, it's a swamp monster movie.
I may have to, like, you're making me want to watch Creepshow tonight, though, because like I don't know if you've ever seen Stephen King's Creepshow, but like you keep talking about that flesh-eating amoebas, right?
Oh, fuck that.
So Creepshow, there's this lake that these kids are swimming in, but there's like this, it looks like a mound of algae or something, but really it's like it eats them.
Oh my god,
And if it,
I feel like I've heard of this.
Yeah, it's like a 1970s Stephen King movie. It's one of the compilation movies.
I feel like I've heard of the story itself. Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah, but like you said that, and it made me think of that one, and I'm just like, I want to watch some creature, like water flicks. Like, I'm excited for that movie.
Oh,
like
it looks so good. But the new Idris Elba movie looks good too, about the rabid lion. It's called Beast.
Oh, yeah, you told me.
He punches the lion in the face. My husband's like, I want to see this. Idris Elba's gonna punch a lion in the face. I was like, I'm pretty sure in real life, if you punch a lion in the face, they're they're not gonna do nothing. Like, of course, in the movie, he like, he's hurt, and he like jumps away. I don't think that would really happen. I think if a lion's attacking you and you punch it in the face, it's not.
I think that lion's gonna be like, bitch, you just flicked me. Or you fucking pissed me off more.
Right, flicked me. Exactly, because I'm like, there's no way this shit's gonna hurt.
Like, yeah, even if you're like heavyweight world champion of like ever, I don't think, like, maybe your punch will bother the lion. Maybe. But like anybody that's not the heavyweight world, like the strongest man alive.
Mike Tyson.
Right.
Like
Mike Tyson. Like, I'm so sad who is about to take off Mike Tyson's mystery.
It is.
Yes, it expires in like, I have 4 more nights of watching Mike Tyson to go to bed before I've got to find a new show. Which means American Dad is going back on for bedtime.
Lions, I think, I love them. I don't despise them like I do orcas. Fuck orcas. Or alligators. But the thing with lions is...
I feel that way about male lions, actually. I do despise them. I like females.
I can't stand lions, male or female, because if you get caught, honey, you might as well kiss your ass goodbye. There's no getting away from that. There's no getting away from that. You know, I mean, I guess you could argue with a grizzly bear. You could play dead. But there's no really getting away from a grizzly. Like,
yeah, no. I just don't like male lions because they'll take over pride and eat the other babies. You know what I mean? Like, female lions, they take care of everybody. I like females.
Oh yeah. Male lions are horrible.
Yeah,
but
I'm not a fan of males.
Big animals like the grizzly and the lion
and the tiger
and the
my.
Well,
you guys get it? Sorry.
No, I don't know. I feel like I would be less. I still don't think you have a chance in hell with a tiger. But
I don't think you have a chance with any of them.
Significantly smaller than a lion.
Well, lions have got multiple. Like,
maybe you could get away from a cheetah. I mean, they're like smaller than lions.
In a car? Like, I'm not outrunning a cheetah.
No. I mean, like, if it's got a hold of you, could you like struggle off? You don't think so? You don't think?
I think they're incredibly strong because you know they haul their prey up trees, right? They're incredibly strong. I think for the body size, they're one of the strongest cats.
Oh, shit.
Because like they have less bulk than the others, but they're so fucking strong with what they do have. I could be getting them confused with a jaguar.
I think they're similar in that sense.
Either way, like a big cat. Like, I love big cats.
Big cat because a small cat, because a big cat can do to you what a small cat wants to do to you. They just can't.
Right.
And people have, like, there have been studies that have said a small cat would fuck you up like a lion if it could. But they're too small, so they don't.
Yeah.
Like...
That's why I'm kind of a dog person.
I think you could probably get away from a bobcat. I mean, I think
it would fuck you up. Yeah, you'd be shredded.
Right.
You would be shredded.
And hope to God it wouldn't get an artery.
Right. Yeah. No, because like that's the thing about big cats is like they're gonna get you.
They go for
somewhere, the neck or the back of your head if they can't get. Like,
and they got them claws.
You're fucked. They don't let go. They have like.
One guy threw that bobcat. Do you remember?
Yes, the rabid one, right? In that video? Oh my god, that video shit fucks me up.
But it's so funny in the beginning because he just goes out there and he's like, morning. And he's got brownies and shit. Morning, how you doing? It's a great day. And then he's like, bobcat, and he throws that motherfucker, dude.
Also, thank God that guy was in jeans, right? Wasn't he in jeans or was he in shorts?
I'm not sure, but...
I feel like he was in jeans. His wife was in shorts.
50-some
I bet they did. Well, Corey said that it was going after the cat or dog they had to carry. Yeah.
And she happened to carry it. Thank God she didn't let it go. I mean, if she did... Oh my God.
Like,
I just can't believe he threw it like that, dude.
Well, what else are you gonna do but punt that fucking pussy?
Like, literally, and not in a good way.
Yeah, no, like that thing shredded them. Like, it was bad.
Oh my God, rabies is scary. Dude, I told you that shit I sent you.
Oh, like, and that makes me think of full moon shit, because like, rabies, and I feel like rabies somehow leads into werewolf lore, and we'll find out. But yeah, because like full moon and the fear factor, and animals are affected by the moon just like we are.
Oh yeah, and
absolutely.
I can't lie, I love the full moon concept in Harry Potter 3, The Prisoner of Azkaban, because you do have the werewolf and the Lupin.
Oh, okay.
And like you've got the Boggart, which I love.
Yeah.
We had talked about. He goes out and it shows the thing you're most afraid of, and for him it was the full moon. And so he did the ridiculous, and it turns into a balloon, but I love that, because the whole time, I did not read the books first, but the whole time I'm watching, I'm like, why is his biggest fear the full moon? And fucking his name is Lupin!
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she wasn't subtle with that shit, was she?
No, I thought she was as a kid, but now I'm like, nah.
Dumbledore, motherfucker, can't make a decision to save anybody's life.
When he turns into a werewolf in front of the full moon, that shit was so sad. It was, like, I do like her take on the werewolf, because it wasn't, I'm scared. It was fucking sad. Yeah. It was so painful. Sirius Black is like, hey, no, like, you forgot to take your wolf's bane, which is actually a poisonous herb. Don't drink, especially if you think you're a werewolf. Like,
of course that was the cure for werewolves. Here, drink this.
Right, it kills you, right? But like, he doesn't want to turn, and he's fighting it. And then when he does turn, he cries, like the dog cry. He's like, and they're like, because he remembers for that split second. Is that not fucked up? I just love that take, because he just stops and he cries like a dog.
There's the werewolf movie it's called The Werewolf, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it's just called The Wolf. It's got Anthony Hopkins and not Benicio del Toro, but Benicio.
It's on Hulu. I think I've seen it.
Yeah, but I don't remember his last name, because the director's last name is Del Toro, and now I can't remember the actor's last name. But his first name is Benicio. And I like him in Unusual Suspects. But also, I like him in the movie The Wolf. And I think they cover it from an aspect of, like, the remorse that the guy feels at thinking that he was a werewolf doing bad things.
Right, because it's called The Curse of the Werewolf for a reason. Like,
his curse is not just that.
Right.
He's a beast.
Right, like, in the Harry Potter, they talked, like, for a minor second, like, a werewolf has no choice. It could kill his best friend if he didn't know it, because he can't remember it.
Right. Honkening. That's the Futurama episode where Bender becomes, like, a werecar.
Oh, there's so many were things.
Yeah, and it's like the curse of the werecar is it will kill its best friend. And then it goes after Leela, and Fry's like, why aren't you trying to come after me? I'm your best friend. And Leela's like, save me, motherfucker.
That's so funny.
Yeah, sorry. I know you don't watch what Bryson does. I didn't know if you've seen the honking.
No, I haven't, but that sounds hilarious.
But it follows the werewolf trope.
It does. Like the full moon transforming people. And
but I mean,
physical transformation.
Wow, okay, and the full moon does transform people, because if you have, like, mental health issues or whatever, and your shit's all thrown off anyway, and then the moon is pulling all of your fluid in with it, and that full, like, chemicals are what? They're fluids, right?
Well, and the goddess itself represents transformation. Selene and Luna,
Yeah, exactly, right. Yeah, but it kind of all, like, the werewolf or other creature aspects kind of fell perfectly into place. Oh, absolutely. I feel like there have to be too. I know there have to be more associated with
I don't know if the Wendigo is one of those, or if that's just one that's just there all the time.
Is that just a winter thing? Is that an all-year thing? I know of the Wendigo from A Winter Story. Like, that's where I learned of it, so I think of it as a winter thing, but I don't know if it's just a winter thing.
I don't want to say Bigfoot.
But it was also full moon, so I don't know.
Right. Like, so I'm like...
Yeah, but I mean, all of these creature stories maybe do coincide with full moon things, because the full moon affects everybody's behavior. So things that wouldn't normally be able to be spotted come out and about where they're vulnerable, just like we do stupid shit when we're exposed to the full moon.
Well,
shit.
Like,
Bigfoot's
people.
like, try me, bro. It's the full moon.
Well, we were talking about people and how it affects people. Pretty sure I read a story, which I'll go more in depth on our werewolf episode at some point, where a village swore there was a werewolf and it was killing children. It was some motherfucker doing it every fucking month.
Okay, so that's a real story,
yes,
and that is really where werewolf lore comes from. And yes, we really will.
We will. Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure.
I know. Yes, you are. That is it was a child killer, and that is actually where werewolf lore comes from.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because again, our lore, we use our lore to explain the shit we can't understand.
I do believe in werewolves,
or we can't believe. Well, see, like, isn't it easier to think that a werewolf that's a beast would kill a child versus this guy you know? And you went to school with your whole life, or maybe you didn't go to school back in those days, but like you worked the farm together and you went to church together every day, and they tore your child apart. How can you know what I mean? So that's all crazy, man. What do you guys think about the full moon? Is it one of your jams? Is it like you don't care? Do you act a little crazy? Is it a shame if you're left unsupervised under the full moon?
My husband gave my son his first Happy Meal.
Oh,
I wasn't there! I'm going to let it go, but I'm a little sad.
I understand. Has he had... Wait, never mind.
What?
I'll tell you that one later. I'm trying to think of another. Has he had his first frozen yogurt yet? That's pretty special.
I don't think so.
Frozen yogurt's the bomb.
Bastard!
Find you a TCBY. Like, we'll just be like, we're taking the kids to TCBY.
I know!
Later, man.
Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to just... My husband tried to call me, and I was like, what's going on? I wish I didn't fucking know, because he's got his fringe.
I thought he was calling to, like, wrap us up, so I was trying to wrap it up. And I was like, what do you guys think about the moon? Because I assumed that was him calling. And, like,
that's great for
y'all on your way yet?
That's great for his fucking tummy.
Yeah, I gave up McDonald's for ethical and physical reasons.
Damn, but, God, fuck McDonald's, but at the same time, when their fries hot...
Dude, I live down the street. Dude, I can smell when they cook their fries, and it tortures me.
Oh, God.
But I do disagree with them.
I hate McDonald's. I do.
In this capitalistic society, in this regard, I definitely choose to let my dollar speak. Because that is all I can do to say, fuck you to McDonald's.
Yeah, I get that. I know. I'm a hypocrite, guys. I'm just from high.
You don't have to be.
My name's Maddie, and I still have a Disney Plus. But technically, I'm not the one paying for it.
Oh, I use Disney Plus. I just don't pay for it.
Right.
Excuse me.
Oh my God, Amber.
That's how I feel about Disney.
I eat McDonald's on the occasion, but not very often because it's so fucking bad for me.
I eat McDonald's on the desperation, just to be honest. Like, I don't not eat it if that's all that's available, but I avoid it like the fucking plague.
No, I
avoid McDonald's more than I avoid COVID.
Should I get McDonald's instead for dinner?
Stick to your guns. Have whatever you want. You pregnant. It's good.
Yeah, and I've only gained 4 pounds. So I'm thank you. I don't know how that's happened because I've been eating everything that I want. So I don't understand. But I'm not going to question it because I just asked my doctor. I have all these women in my pregnancy groups and they're like, I gained 45 pounds already. And I'm like, oh my God, that scares me so much. I mean, it's not about that. No shame. No. It's just...
I gained a shit ton when I was pregnant with... Gia or Lolly, to the point that my doctor like made a comment about how much I'd weighed, and I was like, do you understand I was like over 20 pounds underweight when I got pregnant?
2022, try again, bitch.
This was either 2004
oh my God, I'm sorry. I laughed and Orion was like, stop it.
But like, yeah, I don't know. I was just like, man, like I had orange juice for everything of a meal 5 days a week before I got pregnant, guys.
That sounds good.
No, I mean that was
meal.
Yeah, that was my meal, like 4 or 5 days a week because we was strapped,
Dude,
you know.
Walmart used to have this shit. It came in its own like cup, like bottle. I used to get, they don't carry it anymore, and you would add orange juice to it, and you would shake it up, and it would create a pre-blended smoothie.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, it was so convenient, and you could choose...
I tried to get...
I guess I better stop that, but you could choose, like, You know, they had vitamins, like they had like berry.
I'm the blonde co-host. It took me. I was like, "You better stop." What are we pitch things all the time?
You could put milk in it, right? Too. Like you could put whatever you wanted in it, and they don't have them anymore. Yeah. And that really sucks.
That does suck because like they have like a smoothie order thing, and I prefer to drink my calories just because it's faster, and that way I get them. You know what I mean? Because I don't have time to like sit down and eat a lot.
Oh my god, some
so it's like if I could just drink
fucking calories, you wouldn't even think so. Like my favorite smoothie is probably like 800 calories.
Wow.
But it's good calories. It's oats, it's peanut butter, it's banana.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So like the calories come from the oats, and peanut butters are like very good protein. But it's a lot. You'd be surprised.
And that is what I like. That is the draw for me because I don't eat a lot. I don't take the time to sit down and eat a lot. So if I can throughout the day drink things and then still sit down in the evening and have something to eat, then like I got like a crap ton more calories in my system than I otherwise would have, which, I figure that's probably pretty good for my body. You know what I mean? Because I love to pound my V8s just to get something in me, whatever. And I like smoothies.
I used to drink them, I did, but now it's just like, I would drink them with salt, I think.
Yeah?
Is that weird?
No.
I'd put salt in a V8.
Yeah, like some people put Tabasco salt. I might throw some
vodka.
Well, yeah, that becomes a Bloody Mary. That's a different thing. I don't pound that. I just sip it. But like the smoothie aspect's really nice, and they have like something where it's like all these ground up vegetables and whatever, so it's like the entire thing that's been dehydrated and ground up, and then you just add water or milk or almond milk and make a smoothie out of it. But he was like, I've heard they suck. I was like, damn it. Kind of like I like the idea because like one day you get your purples in, one day you get your greens in, one day you get your golden. It sounds good. I don't know.
Like a soup.
Yeah, like a drinkable soup.
Would you try a cold soup? Now those are a thing.
I do drink soup. Yes, they are.
Like
I don't have any in my cabinet right now, but I usually do.
Cold cucumber soup.
I would do it because I think I told you I've been considering just like making myself smoothies that like people are gonna think I'm weird for, but like sweet potato and rutabaga smoothie that I can like drink my nutrients with.
There's like I think this is cucumber, dill, possibly some Greek yogurt, so it becomes like a creamy sort of like.
Dude, that just sounds like tzatziki, and I would drink all of that.
And you put olive oil on top. I swear it's a soup. It's not tzatziki or whatever the fuck. But it sounds delicious, right? Put a little salt on that.
I would drink that bitch.
Oh my god, add a jalapeno, make it spicy. Do they have this at like
the Walmart?
No, it was on my Facebook. Somebody homemade it. Oh. So they went out of their way.
I'm gonna have to, yeah.
Well, anyway, I guess we're over an hour, so we better cut it.
So let us know what you think about the moon.
Do you work with the moon? If so, how? Do you think the moon affects you? If so, how? If you're watching us on YouTube, comment and let us know. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We are 3 subscribers as of filming this, away from reaching our goal for May, which is almost over.
Yeah, we got a couple more days. Yeah. I'm not sure if you're listening to this before May. But regardless, like and subscribe.
Right. We're also on Twitter at Classiest Switches, where you can see us making some silly posts as well as supporting the other podcast community. If you have a podcast, give us a follow.
Yeah, and let me know. I would love to play your promo. Stick around for whatever promos after this.
Right. All right. Thank you.
Thanks for sitting with us for a spell. Bye, guys.